So the Sound 4 comes to a close with this episode. Where do I begin? I'm more of the type of person that I try to stay away from negativity, and unless I come across a situation where I have to go into negativity, then I will cross that path. So let me talk a little bit about the thing that I liked about this episode first, so I could warm myself up a bit. I liked the flashback with Orochimaru with the Sound 4. I thought that was nicely done. It made it almost seem as if it could fit somewhere in the story, and made it feel a little more legit. Where the Sound 4 were with Orochimaru, the relationship was a little weird because he basically said, "Yeah, you should fear me, or not fear me, you should hate me after the things I put you through, even further than hate." But yet they still showed loyalty to him, I guess, because of the strength that he promised them and ultimately gave them with using Edo Tensei. And it was just a weird relationship, but I still thought that it was nicely done. I liked that. And overall, that was probably my favorite part of the episode because it was just like, no, we get to see Orochimaru again, Kabuto back in the days before he became a cross-dressing snake, or no, So I like that stuff. But the overall episode, I'm just glad we're done with the Sound 4 filler because, for starters, basically they couldn't beat the Sound 4 in this rematch. Like, they kicked their asses in the real world in the rematch, but in here, I felt as though they should have beat them regardless, and basically it should have been a message that regardless of what tactics you use, we can still win. We can still kick your asses because we've done it before. We can do it again and again and again. And I felt as though that basically, had they not been saved, they would have, immediately, they would have been have their asses handed to them. And it really just kind of felt one of those situations like Krillin and Dragon Ball Z type of situation where the only one that can stop them is Naruto. The Super Saiyans are the only one that can do anything. And that's where I really felt like this. I felt like it was, again, a disrespect to these characters that basically they have been, they've gone through some things, they've changed, they've grown, and yet they still couldn't beat these people. Yeah, Shikamaru kind of outsmarted them by messing up the forefront, so that was kind of nice. That kept Shikamaru's intelligence intact. But like, have some pride, man. Like, they should have went in and won. I feel as though like it shouldn't have been that Naruto needed to save them. Maybe Naruto could have been coming and be a helping hand. Okay, I would have said fine, but that they needed to run away so Naruto could fight their battle, felt kind of messed up. I wasn't feeling that, honestly. Like, it was cool to see Naruto in action, but this wasn't the time or place for it. That's just me. I think that this wasn't the time or place for Naruto to come and save them when they should be able to beat these guys regardless of the situation. Yes, they've had these massive power-ups or whatever, but moral of the story was kind of corrupted right there. It's like, okay, if you cheat, you can win, and people will run from you. That's really where it went south for me personally, and I wasn't a big fan of that. It was kind of funny though, like, because the animation was off again in this episode. Like, you got faraway shots of Naruto with a Rasengan looking weird as shit, and there was this one scene where Shikamaru has like this weird ass smile while Ino is crying. He has a smile, and it looks like he's enjoying her tears or something. It was real freaking weird. So I just thought that was funny. And if you caught that, let me know if you caught that. But overall, as a whole, looking at the filler as a whole and the episode as a whole, it was kind of disappointing. I felt as though there shouldn't have been, to begin with, a filler saga with this, because I feel like the if they were gonna do a filler saga, it should have been done right, to the point where, okay, yeah, they might pose a threat, but I feel as though Shikamaru and them in the end should have still overcame them. They should have still overcome the odds and everything, because at the end of the day, if you can beat them before, you should be able to do it again and again. That should be the message, regardless of what tactics they use, shady tactics. You should still come out on top, because the moral of the story is, the underdog comes out on top. Evil should not prevail, etc., etc. And basically, they ran with their tails between their legs, and Naruto came and saved the day. Shout outs for Naruto for being Superman. Naruto versus Superman. Now, let me stop. But yeah, that's my thoughts of the episode and the filler as a whole. Glad we're done with it, but next week, the filler looks a bit weak. It looks like it's going to be like a flashback from Naruto Part 1, where apparently Neji saved Hinata. So, just a heads up, if I don't review this one because it's really looking like, ooh, then, yeah, there's no review. If I don't really enjoy the episode, or it's just really flat out boring, because this was like, the Chikara filler was a good experience with filler for me. This time around, I wasn't so enthralled in it. You know, it was cool to see the Sound 4 as a whole. It was cool to see them back. It was cool to see some more action with these, you know, Shinobi, Shikamaru, Choji, like all the people that don't normally get screen time. Even Shino got a little bit of screen time. Ino got some screen time. So, you know, I like those aspects of it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed that. I thought that it was nice to get them a little bit more out there. But it should have been something else, maybe, because the Sound Force shouldn't have, you know, been overpowering them. I feel as though they should have been the ones in the end to put the nail in the coffin to the Sound 4. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know what you guys think as a whole. Did you enjoy the Sound 4 filler? There was some good aspects to it. Like I said, it wasn't completely terrible by any means. It wasn't like, oh my god, the worst thing I've ever seen. But it really didn't live up to what I was at least hoping for a little mini filler arc. As a whole, I give the arc a 2.5. And this episode, I guess I would give it around a 2 to 2.5 as well. Just because, I mean, it's just really the animation, the way the story was told, everything about it just really wasn't too up to par. But again, let me know what you think. Favorite scene in the episode. Mine personally was the Orochimaru flashback. But yeah, not really feeling this filler. Glad it's over though. Let's see what happens next week. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for getting out of filler soon, because come on, from what I hear, April will be out of this, so I'll wait for April for some big revelations. Until then, as always, people, have an awesome day.